Right now, you can send your card details to a website you have never visited, run by people you have never met, across a network full of strangers, and nobody in between can read it. You never agreed on a password with that website. You never exchange anything in secret, and yet it still works. That's public key cryptography. It's probably the most important idea in modern security. Let's get into it. To see why it matters, let's start with the obvious approach. Normally, encryption uses one key. The same key locks the message and unlocks it. That's called symmetric encryption, and it's fast and it works, as long as both sides already have the key, which is the whole problem. How do you get the key to the other side? You can't send it over the network because anyone watching it just grabs it, and you can't meet every website in person first. So you need a way to protect a message without ever sharing a secret in advance. That sounds impossible, isn't it? Here's the move. Instead of one key, you generate a pair. They're mathematically linked and they work in opposite directions. What one key locks, only the other one can unlock. Not even the key that locked it can undo it. One of them is your public key. You hand out freely, publish it, email it, put it on your website. It's meant to be seen. The other is your private key. That one never leaves your machine, ever. And the entire system rests on one claim. Someone can hold your public key and still have no realistic way to work out your private key. So why can't they? Because the pair is built on a one-way street. What cryptographers call a trapdoor function. Some things are easy to do in one direction and brutally hard to reverse. Multiplying two enormous prime numbers together is trivial. A computer does it instantly, but handing someone that result and asking them which two primes you started with with numbers of the size actually used, that's effectively impossible. Not just it takes a while, but longer than anyone is willing to wait. That gap between easy forwards and impossible backwards is the security, not secrecy about how it works. The algorithms are public, just math that only runs one way. Now, the useful part. The pair works in two directions, and each one solves a different problem. Direction 1. Anybody encrypts a message using your public key. Because it was locked with the public key, only the matching private key opens it. And you're the only one who has it, so a total stranger can send you something nobody else can read. Using a key you published openly, no shared secret, no prior contact, that's the impossible thing from a minute ago. Solved. Now run it backwards, and something different falls out. You encrypt with your private key. Anyone can decrypt it with your public key, so this hides nothing. Everyone can read it. But think about what it proves. Only your private key can have produced something your public key opens. So that message must have come from you. It hasn't been altered on the way. That's a digital signature. Direction 1 gives you secrecy. Direction 2 gives you proof of origin. Same key pair, opposite ends. One catch. Public key cryptography is slow, much slower than symmetric encryption. Encrypting an entire video call this way would be painful. So in practice, we use both. The public key is used once at the start to safely agree on a shared symmetric key. Then both sides switch to that faster key for the actual conversation. That's called hybrid encryption. And what actually happens every time you load an HTTPS page, the slow, clever part runs for a moment at the beginning. The fast part does the heavy lifting. There's one hole left, and it's a big one. A public key on its own proves nothing about who owns it. If an attacker hands you their public key and claims it belongs to your bank, the math works perfectly, and you'd just be encrypting your data to the wrong person. So keys travel inside certificates. The key plus a name signed by a certificate authority your browser or you trust. Your browser checks that signature using the authority public key, a digital signature exactly like what you just covered, and follows the chain until it reaches something it trusts. That's what the padlock is really telling you. Not this site is safe, but someone vouched for this key. So, two keys, mathematically linked, easy one way and impossible other. Encrypt with the public key when you want secrecy, sign with the private key when you want proof. Use both together with symmetric encryption because the fast kind still does the real work. And certificates are what connect a key to an actual identity. Every HTTPS connection, every signed software update, every encrypted message app is running this underneath. If this cleared it up, drop a like, subscribe for more cybersecurity fundamentals, and let me know in the comments which topic you want broken down next.